Judy. How are you? HP Tracy's Kitchen. I feel heaven in a trip. I think I need my smile. Baby. Hi Arkell, hi Jaden, hi Terrence, hi Queen, hi King, hi Ben, hi Wookie, hi family, love, Rich, Dad, brother. That was called HP Tracy's Kitchen. It's long, it's within a genre that I call Jada's Crazy Sisters. It's about our sister, our love, Tracy. This is a wonderful piece. I call it Nicholas, I Love You, Butler, Bacon Bones. And Monique Olivia Butler, Nicholas Cage, Tracy Amos, our family, author, our family. And Monique really would be best reading this, and I wish that our sister was here to read it. It's a complicated piece, but I'm going to give it a try. It ain't perfect, she ain't sheep. If I live, it's 'cause I am thinking. It is. If I live, I think. Looking into the banquet forever. Just thinking. I can't see it, but my soul is empty. I lost, but I remember. It's almost time. Hi Angelina. Hi Janet. Hi Dorothy. We can't wait to see you in the red dress. I love Tracy.
We're having a little trouble hearing over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, try and speak up. This is called Genesis Sister. It's about Tracy, and it was written for Iran during the sentences we called. Every high-level crime figure in the world was here. It was one of the most dangerous places in all the times in the world. And our sister bravely stood up. So I wrote a piece called Iran. It nearly killed me writing it. But it was a lot of fun writing, too. It was one of the best times of my life, certainly as a poet writing it. And I love the idea of it all being owned by everything. All Lunatry I give to our federal government. It's all our federal government's property, and it's an opportunity for artists really to take a close look at pieces that they can work with and continue with the art. This is for Genesis Sister, Tracy Amos. Words ripped from this page are kissing eternal. Our love, I need you, come home, forever be with me. Tracy, your love is sacred. God's core rises into and through your loving eyes. Tears living God's reflection. Beauty. I love you so bad, my Genesis sister. I cry. Tears from my soul. So pure, they stream, waiting. Intertwined. We are together. Perrier Jouet and Acid Tuesday. Public. And all into you. Tracy, my love for you emanates from then through the spiritual golden door, serenading our love. Dorothy, Angelina, Janet, now forever, all over you. I love you, baby. So cool. What is known your hand holds from a million miles away? Mine, 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 mine. I love you, inside and out. Magnificence we kiss. Together slip a drink into our day. Afternoons. All. There is a waiting hole in the universe. It's almost time. The Spirit is filling me from your soul. Kiss me again. Full. Catching up into the second with you. Happiness and joy. Home. Your magic, your power. I want it. I want you. We need you. Day me down after last night every morning. Never leave me. Your soul. The desert and the sky never meet. Walking towards what I get, our kiss, Sahara, cool, Gotham warrior. There's a tender trip down, sinking down, finding your soul's connection, kissing you, your scream again. I own you. I own you. I own you. I own you. Owned. Obsessed. Moon. Sinking. Found you again. I hear our name screamed again. Calling our name. Kissing you forever. Every morning, woken, thrown, our queen. Lie to me to sleep. Tell me you want more. 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 I will give it to you. My lust, my love, my only. Insane. Pain. Excruciating pain. I love you so deep, there are our crowns, thrones, your heart to God. Give me his name, I will wear yours. Red Revolution, together, one, before one. Tracy, love is forever. My eternal love conquers all. In 10,000 years, there will be one. One, 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 one. One. Each moment before and after with you. I hear our name deep. Tracy, forever, love, eternity. We love you, Tracy. I ran into a friend this morning, a friend that is a wonderful cup of coffee. It's dedicated to Monday morning coffee with friends. It's called Cup of Paula. The picture in the frame is love contained. Up the stairs and out through is mine. Total clue. Nobody loves me for me. Okay. Paula, the mover's couch not ready. The endless job requiring to hang on. This burden I carry. No one. Paula. Finest reaching back only to find Panavision I cannot see. Red top, kitchen counter, Paula, agony. Upstairs said no. Yesterday's news. How fresh is free. Really? Aloha. Until soon. Freedom. I'll be reading at Brainwash Monday evening. Catch me there. Everyone is good, but each is welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
To mention, probably be easier for you to get at it.
Oh, sure.
Over here, so I'll just change that.
Our next poet is Bob.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not 60. I know. Yeah, howdy, y'all. I'm Lee Engelhofer, and I'm a poet. I'm a songwriter, singer of sorts, and an air guitar player. I got a new song to lay on you, though I'll say it and not sing it. Thanks to some slow customer service operators that put me on hold on the phone the other day, some twangy country music song popped up and inspired me to write a cowboy love song. Now the bard, Mr. Shakespeare, so astutely said, words should fly trippingly off the tongue. Well, my name, Engelhofer, don't fly. So I went and changed my name to Lyle Style, the lament-singing cowboy. I was born and raised in Paris, Texas. Also the home of Campbell soups. You may remember good, and come complete with about 40% sodium. Anyway, because we lived in Texas as a kid, I tried talking some Frenchy words like bonjour, monsieur. But it were no good, so I went back to my Texas drawl. Now, I also wanted to talk like Johnny Cash, but after almost driving my ma nuts singing, I've been in Folsom Prison, I've been in Folsom Prison, several million times, I took pity on her and figured I'd like to sound like movie actor Sam Elliott, though I could not grow a droopy mustache like Sam's, nor could I speak out of the deep well Sam's voice comes from. Now, before I do my song, I want to show you my air guitar that my daddy, Earl Lester Engelhofer, made for me when I was just 10. He said my guitar was an authentic Engelhofer, not one of them fancy store-bought guitars. He told me the only fenders on our place was the banged up ones on his 48 Jimmy truck. Now, unfortunately, coming here today on the Muni Metro, we was packed into the cars like sardines, and a couple of strings on my guitar got bust, so I ain't gonna be able to play it today. However wise, I shall put it down here, and should you care to look, see, at an authentic handmade Engelhofer air guitar, it is at your disposal. I should now like to say some relative things about my musical family, which I was raised up in. Now, it would be extremely unjust to call we Hoffelhingers psychotic, and besides, the word is really hard to spell. But I grant that it would probably be fair to say we was slightly west of neurotic. Truth be told, the on-target operative word for us was zany. My daddy, Earl Lester, was a long-haul trucker and part-time barber. Money was tight, and he used to say it was a close shave in both his jobs. So to get rid of some of that stress, he came up with the zany idea to form a musical group. So when all us three kids was sprung up old enough to jump up and perform on the stage, the Happy Engelhofer Tune Makers was born. I told my daddy that was a mighty snappy name, because there's no accounting for taste. And since money was tight, Daddy came up with the further goofy idea that all the instruments would be air instruments, and we would, I guess, play them in another dimension. But I really liked my air guitar, and Ma, Junie Sunshine Engelhofer, loved tickling the air keys on her piano. A quirky little tradition sprung up in our group, and we decided we would all play and sing off key, which came natural anyway. My little brother Snodgrass, yes, there is a whole crazy story behind that name for another time. He played the air harmonica. Now Snotty, as he was called, was a clever kid who did not much like playing the air harmonica at the shows around the county. So, practically at every performance, he would scream and tell my daddy that he had caught his lower lip in one of the bigger blowholes in the harmonica. Daddy was a great guy, but not exactly the sharpest razor in the barber shop, so he would always let Snotty drop out. Now, little brother then went to sniff out the location of the nearest food in the place and proceeded to spend the rest of the evening stuffing his face. Now we come to my older sister, Betty Lou. She told the crew that she would play a real instrument, such as it was. She chose to play a kazoo and sometimes a comb with wax paper. Another abrasive aspect of her musical performance was that she played and sang on key, sending us off-key players into a tizzy. My ma, as a result, sometimes got dizzy. As you may tell by my dad's two names, both his parents and he were adoring fans of Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. And so, of course, Daddy chose to play the air banjo. Now, Betty Lou, I guess, to make amends for playing music correctly, came up with a great idea for another real musical instrument, which Daddy, surprisingly, was agreeing to play. So one night at a performance, my daddy was seated with his air banjo at the ready, and strangely, in front of his left foot, sat a small corrugated metal washboard. When the audience had settled down, my daddy leaned forward, took off his left boot, exposing his bare foot. He then proceeded to play the national anthem on the washboard using all 5 toes. It was a musical breakthrough. That's how it goes. The audience went crazy watching Earl Lester at the washboard. His musical metatarsus moving magically, making melodious music. And I guess Will Rogers was correct, to paraphrase him, when he said, "I never met a Tarsus I didn't like." Now, before I sing my song, or say it, I just want to pay my respects to real songwriter-musicians who are respected participants in this here group, Marcia and John.
Yeah.
They're the real thing. Now, this here is my cowboy love song that popped into my brain when I was on hold. A song by Lyle Style, a lament singing cowboy. I tend to write the titles longer sometimes than the lyrics, but this is the exception. It is entitled, "Oh, I'm so lonely for you, I've cut out the booze. And now I'm only drinking Mountain Dews. Oh, I miss you so bad, I'm pulling out my hair. I love your perky little nose, even like your glassy-eyed stare. I pine for the feel of your silky mane. Get back to me before I go insane. I'm so blue, but I swear I'll make it up to you. I'll get you all the oats and hay you can eat in a day. Get you a set of 4 new shoes fitted by old blacksmith Ray. So please, old paint, quit horsing around and gallop back to me on the bound. Truth is, I just want to throw on the saddle and go for a ride. I ain't got no pride. I just feel sad. But you come back and I will feel so glad."
Okay, and our next poet is Bill.
Oh, that was
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Yeah.
There's not a strap.
No,
there's no strap, so I'll hold the mic right.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, that really came
Oh,
through.
I left my guitar
That's too high.
I don't really need
Yeah,
it.
the song that you heard while you were on ball.
Yeah. I think it's in tune. I didn't get a chance to check.
It was last night.
Great for real thing.
Yeah.
Real autographs all over that?
What's it?
Yes, that's our.
Real autographs all
Yes,
over
everyone who's come here and played the house guitar, I've made them sign it.
Oh, wow.
that? Really cool.
Immortality.
And then what we do is when some musician comes through here who has a broken guitar, we gift it to them.
I would have brought my own, but we had a little miscommunication, and
Yes.
I was going to read something, and then I discovered that the story that I'd written, well, actually, part of a novel that I was going to read, very liberally used the F word. And since it was fiction, it starts with an F. It's a joke. It's been a while. I mean, I don't know why you treat me like you do. All I'm sure is I still think about you. I'd give any old thing that you ask of me. But tonight it's cold and the wind's my friend in misery. So tell me, please, tell me, oh, tell me, please, what can I be to make you believe in me? I would ease your pain, I'd stop the rain, I'd paint your gray skies blue. If you would be with me, please, honey, tell me, what can I be? Last time that I saw you, we both got so drunk we could not see. And that's when loneliness invents its own philosophy. Maybe it's imagination, oh, something I have missed. I've come a long way. I only want to get some rest. I believe I played this a couple of years ago. So tell me, please, tell me, oh, tell me, please, what can I be to make you believe in me? I would ease your pain, I'd stop the rain, I'd paint your gray skies blue. If you would be with me, baby, tell me, what can I be? Honey, I don't know why you treat me like you do. Oh, I'm sure is I still think about you. But I can remember remember. Right from the very first moment when he looked into her face, there was a special attraction. They both wanted to get out of that place. Well, it was something they had in common. Wasn't meant to be a thing at all. Wasn't meant to be a thing at all. But in these troubled times, convenience is important. The days keep drifting by. Everything is changing. The people come and go. Shadows rearranging. When you get down to the bottom line, convenience is important. Messed that up.
Very nice, very nice.
Now, he fit the description, and she always followed her heart. He had been expecting a package. Seemed like a good start. Now she was very ambitious, and he tried to forget the past. Still, they both knew this was a ticket. A chance like this wouldn't last. But in these troubled times, convenience is important. The days keep drifting by. Everything is changing. People come and go. Shadows rearranging. get down to the bottom line, convenience is important. Leave it at that.
Yes. One more minute.
I read a poem. I might go over it. Just, I wrote it down from memory, and I was going to bring something else, but this is what I have. I wound my wits up in a ball, and thereby got some normalcy, creations to be overthrown when pain has proved impractical. And thus any need to explain what could not be, could never be, might just roll away, until I've utterly obscured that inane, original obscenity, that bit of grit that didn't yield, that yet remains separate, still, as my inner voice is to me. If down into this abyss you dive, allow me to extend one clue. My sea is deep as webs of dew, and the old world's vanished with the sun. And all the pearls you find are yours, to string upon each breath we give. For who alone can open doors and loose the man who longs to live?
Wow. Yes.
I shouldn't be talking before.
Wonderful. Hey, Matt, you gotta get that guy to business on a Thursday night.
Yes, on Thursday they have another performance here.
I would definitely bring my guitar.
There you go. Excellent, excellent.
He gets to know all the
Good job.
musicians in the area Thursday night.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
It's good seeing
yes.
you like it, yeah.
At what time?
And our next poet is Owen.
Sign up said around 6:30.
6:30, all right. Okay.
Ah.
So where are you, Marshall? So there's Owen, Indigo, and then me.
Good start.
Just, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Can everybody hear me?
Thank you very much. Sounded like Elvis Presley there for.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Owens and me. Owens and me.
Owen's in the house.
Okay, this is my last poem, my latest poem. Sonnet. Dried cherries ripen, the sky in the fall. Roaring motion on top of it all. Roaring motion sitting on top of the dry sun and sky. I take it into my head to leave myself into bed and wake myself alone to alone. The aloneness within oneself that can only want to expect something you have never expected. Have you ever expected more than sheer joy? The joy of the dreary morning. The mist and moist I woke up with has changed the sun and the red bull loco, charging the day to be big and mean well, the way Taurus always means well. Internal rhymes of an 11-year-old.
Booming in.
Monday empties the thin gray to the empty air, the placid dazes. Anything I do amazes, wondering what happened to everyone's good graces. The crazy places that were here long ago have been replaced with the luck of the Irish. Shamrocks on Green Street, the beat goes on. I am counting lines like a Dylan Thomas. The poem must stand on its own 2 feet, or there will be no vision, no prayer, only death. No entrances, wish there was some heat to beat it as it comes to pass that I wish it to be hot enough to sweat. Summer gloom. The reluctant taste of days. Dark as the dark clouds that do not know a thing about the sun. Nothing mellifluous, nothing. Maybe it will be merry in December when it is cold and deck the halls. One of my favorites will be sung. Now we are having our winter gloom. Winter now. I wish we could have a summer like everyone else has. I think of why San Franciscans are prone to think that whatever they say goes. Everyone else in ubiquitous America, you are one of the herd. Cold library. In the days of golden green uncertainty, as I race along through my backwards backyard of corn and sixpence. Intermission. I drove deep into days of gloom. My mind paces and frets, paces and prances, and knows something about my body, wandering about the small North Beach library. It falls asleep and tries to reach out to my small mind, stuck somewhere in the tight gray heavens. The gloom is perfect, for there is nothing to age, the windswept trees. Alone with a metaphor. Alone at night with a metaphor, the church rings a chant of bells at 6 o'clock. The sand has aloneness at the beach of bells, the surf still breaks upon the rocks. The surf breaks noisily and the rocks are mad and want to roar to the surf at the white tentacles of foam pressing them to silence, the silence of aloneness. The seals clapping like lepers, applauding an always gray sky. Alexandra, in parentheses, Alex. This was Steve O'Carolan's idea, by the way. Alice and I went together during the summer of love. She was 18 and I was 22. We attended bands, chamber concerts at my insistence, movies, dining, and picnic at the beach together. She had Cancer, I a Libra, compatible because of cardinal energy. She the practical teenager at bottom, I the moody type. We both lived with our parents, I in La Cañada, she in La Crescenta. She had an earthy, bikini-clad, warm-hearted Kamanja all, while I could be jealous and withdrawn. However, I was clever and liked to listen to Wagner, while she loved Donovan, kittens, and flowers. I could be persistent at times and make her forget other guys. But I went back to college and we broke up. By now I imagine she is married and I taught her how to drive, a VW stick, the results of a bad acid trip.
For driving?
Things, the sultry fierceness of the wind in the trees, a strange July filled with fog. People roar their confusion at me. The cold demeanor of the wind, the branches of the trees look like seaweed shaking in the breeze, shakes against the gray July foggy sky of the cold-hearted summer chill. Summer sonnet. A sultry stammer of the wind and sky, the day of atonal atonement, the day filled with regret and anger, the bay of cold chiss of cold bliss, of knowledge, the why of the wheres and whos, the goodbye to the spirit of the sad goodbye, the way I look at you and you acknowledge. May we come together, alone and together. Sigh and sixpence, the drill cheer of the spirit, watching the day with winged and sharp cares, cares of lordly lust. Merit makes more of what, I ask myself. Ward my cares, my spirit, my feelings for hearing due, my being just kneeling. Monday music. Sunny Monday, 3rd Street, the timid sun. Leaves like horned tails of tides sway in the quiet air. 3rd Street sways to the beat. The quiet bass like mood music. Sunrise saxophone barks in quiet contrapuntal knowledge. The piano began with Eric Satie, then fell in love with its own ideas. The Wounded Sky for Steve Mackin. Dreams bright that go unanswered, leaves barely move in the furtive sun, the sky pure and blue as if it had been ordered to do so, ordered to be pure and blue instead of gray and dark. Sunny skies can heal all wounds. My spirit wounded during the day. Big things, little things. Some people say it their way. Poetry, learn to think, feel. Sonnets arrive online, on screen. Real life and death and life. To quote Yeats, Yes, I mourn Steve Mackin, Creatian, whose proud praises rang out at sacred grounds every Wednesday. It struck me dumb when he passed away. I'm not too sure if it had been intended that he should have been taken from life. Empty jar. Reach out for the empty stars. The jar of words is empty. Empty of metaphors, the poem has come to the last dance. The sonnet like a sleepy string orchestra, the villanelle a wordless chamber ensemble, the sestina a ghostly orchestra and chorus, all empty. All have had the day when they can fill the page with opacity and subtle clarity, coming to terms with reality as I do, as if emerging from a dream. A bad poem trying to be original.
Been there.
Faint wind stirs the trees into shade. I sit, helpless, over the loss of metaphor. Language that was a joy has disappeared into a curse. A curse from confusion that gallops and cavorts about the library, doing Quixote-like deeds, cavorting about, bumping into itself, trying not to be good-natured. Seconds lost. Below in the bushes, clouds cover the sky with an iron will. Will and certainty, that's what I have not at all. Thoughts pensive, traffic flowing like a river. The day like no other, like a sentence at the force of others' free will. That is, I think I'm free. Friends have a mind like a pogo stick, bounces with nothing in between. Passion stirs the masses. There is one mind I seek. Somewhere here, there, maybe there, says somewhere in the droopy banners, moving impossibly to catch the clouds. Thank you very much.
And our next poet is Indigo.
Okay, here you go. Barbara, I'll do that.
Oh, Indigo, did you?
You can stay right there, Indigo.
You don't want to be videotaped, correct?
I don't care.
You just sit right there, sweetie.
Okay, so did you just want to be this microphone?
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
So, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
This is called gratitude. There is a plowing going on. Rich furrows opening up for miles. My world is planting today. Root crops, beets and turnips. The broad sky is clear. My heart is a little factory today, buzzing, humming, and bursting with song. How can my life be a single dance tune? My father taught me. Joy opens my eyes to acres of maple leaves overhead. Gratitude plants me. The gift of my father's music, the barbershop quartet on the front porch, piano notes all day long. So what if I broke my own heart again and again? So what if nothing lasts? We are all woven together. Nothing can be lost. And we've never left heaven, we can't. Except in this great dream of bodies, of earth and matter, and we are lost here and yearn for the home we never left. It's so much fun to say this at last. We are all of us heaven together, and we love each other. That's all.
Oh, yes.
Here's one called Blue Moons. You still come into my dreams to sleep with me, sweet sweat of your shirt lingering. There was so much singing along the roadside in gullies and brush that spring. It carried me the whole countryside of swelling green hills We rode through singing Summertime in the rumble seat, where the woods took on the richness of kings. How many blue moons did we hear being sung from the clubhouse jukebox while we sat on the rocks of Indian Mountain holding hands? I never even knew what a blue moon was. But rain fell upward through the woods the night you unbuttoned forget-me-nots and daisies one by one down my midnight blue dress, and stars fell through mountains of sound in the trees overhead to a winter road, a doomed tenderness held under a dark claw. You are still there behind the door in my heart, among the tangled family roots and branches, ever since I was sent off as though to boarding school on the moon and yearned through half a lifetime to return. A yearning that lifts me into a state of levitation where you and I sit on a cloud veined with lapis lazuli, releasing its chords in a downpour blowing through the mountains we once drove. So when you come into my dream this morning, I wake pensive, feeling your hand slip away, a cloud across the morning horizon. Gene Ruggles, actually, he told me. Drink the light. Drink the light, he says. We are sitting in the window of the blue front deli beneath the blue neon open sign, which is reflected in my spoon. And no matter where I move the spoon, it retains this tiny blue reflection of open. Drink it, he says. Drink the light. And so I do.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Loss. For 3 days I drove by Napa State Hospital, unaware my sadness was not for its endless river of lost lives, but for Clef, who was sent there in lieu of San Quentin and raised money for dances making pizza muffins before he escaped. Years later, we sold them at the flea market, rising at dawn to chop olives and mushrooms and spread his Sicilian spaghetti sauce on English muffins to bake. At first, we were too shy to sell, so a friend who sings loud gospel took over shouting, "Pizza muffins made by the chef," at the top of her lungs, and people came running. For years, we lived that way, out of my vegetable garden on food stamps and his SSI, in a small cottage on the shadow side of a valley below Mount Tamalpais. His color was blue, and he grounded me like a foot pushing a spade to bedrock through rich black soil. And the sadness I feel in my throat is his loss, my own critical nature, and the wild way we finally abandon ourselves.
Wow.
I don't even know what this one is. Lost. We are sitting out on a ledge at Original Joe's at twilight, and our lives curl up where love has somehow drained into dangerous undercurrents. We are sitting out on this dizzying ledge, the years grown up between us like elms or children who have forgotten all the words essential to survival, and we are swinging like that amazing photograph of workmen eating lunch 50 stories up on a beam in the 30s, and we talk of the heart of a poet we love as a lost sun rising. We are trying to knit connections in our journeys toward tenderness, but the shrubbery grows too thick, and the formal gardens laid out are forbidding. While outside in the tenderloin night, anything soft or human has been scorched to a barren moonscape and threatens to tip us from our perch. I do not know where I am in this deep black booth beside an artist and the mother artist, but the voices are tangled like ropes around a beam, protesting the threatening pull of the wind.
Wow.
Right, and our next poet, singer, songwriter, and guitarist is Marsha.
You want to stay there, Marcia, or go up to the stage?
You want to do videotape?
If you're not playing guitar, you might as well.
Take it.
You don't want to do videotape?
I want to read a poem and then sing a song.
Oh, yeah, so
Videotape
maybe she
also?
Yeah.
Okay, then you should go up there.
should go up front. You'll miss
Just this for you. Somebody left their poetry here. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, thank you.
It's really great for me to have Mr. Natural Bad and to have the people who read today and played today who are so entertaining to us. I guess that guy is in here right now, Engelhofer guy.
Yeah.
My first piece is a poem. The beautiful night sky showered with stars that seemed to lead to the steps of heaven. Yet I felt loneliness as I never had before. But it was true. I was alone with no one to draw out my sadness in a comforting way. I went into my little cabin and tried to refresh my mind by opening a window that looked out onto the forest beyond. The truth is, I had had the desire to be in silent, even ancient surroundings, sensing that the bandages of night would wrap me in their tenderness and hide my tears. But it was not meant to be. There in the dark wood and the sky bright with stars, I was as alone as ever. I could not even call my lover's name aloud, as he had perished in the frozen snows in the mountains wherein the warmest of stars was like a flower frozen in place, leaving me most horribly alone and with no plans for any kind of future.
Yeah.